Hello guys and welcome to a new vid on this YouTube channel. This is my first gaming video. You have seen a video where I did tell who I am, and now we're going to do this first video. Why am I talking English? Because of course if you have watched the first video, you know I'm Dutch, but I think in the Netherlands we talk too much about Max Verstappen if we are talking about racing, and that's not something I like. I like to talk about all the drivers, so I think I'm going to talk English about the racing games, and so you can see my English is not the best. I think I can talk English reasonably well, but we're going to see. And this is my first series on F1 2018. I hope you're going to like it. We're going to do more racing games where we start with F1. Then I'm going to explain the series. Our first series that I'm going to do is F1 2018 Hall of Fame. And what's Hall of Fame? Hall of Fame is a series where we're going to try to get in the Hall of Fame. And how do we get in the Hall of Fame? Now, we need to become champion. World champion in Formula 1. It's as simple as that. We play one season with a self-made young driver. This first season is with Jeff Cardoni. He is from Luxembourg and his racing number is 12, and we're racing for McLaren. And then you're going to think McLaren is not that good. They are not the best team. Now, I'm going to explain the rules, and so you will see that McLaren now is the best team on the grid. The first rule of this series is that you need to have a top 3 car, because you need to win a championship, so you need to have a good car. If you want to start immediately, you can choose Mercedes, Ferrari or Red Bull, but I didn't want to. I wanted to start at McLaren, and so we have got a season where we played on 0% AI. I'm going to let you see. Trophies, season 1. We've won everything. I've played season 1 on 0% AI. And yes, we won every Grand Prix, so as you can see, we did all the practice programs and did get lots of resource points, so we can develop our car, get better, and now we're a top 3 car. And now we're going to try and win the championship. So if you want to start immediately, you choose Mercedes, Ferrari or Red Bull. You have a top 3 car. But if you want to do Hall of Fame with another team, you get 1 or 2 seasons to upgrade the car to make sure they're a top 3 team, and then you can start the Hall of Fame. The only difference is you start in season 2 or 3. It doesn't make a lot of difference, but yeah, you can do whatever you want. In the season we will do 5 invitational events, and they're not the invitational events that you will see in career mode. The invitational events are 25 or 50, I'm not sure, percent races that we're going to do with a historic car, with a classic car. Yes, and they don't count if we're going to make the Hall of Fame or not, but it's very nice to do. So we have 5 invitational events. They're coming. The first invitational event is after the Grand Prix of Azerbaijan. The second invitational event is after the Grand Prix of Monaco. The third one is after the Grand Prix of Hungary. The fourth one is after the Grand Prix of Italy, and the fifth one is after the Grand Prix of Japan. And yes, that's for then. But yeah, we tried to win the championship. As I said, I have a top 3 team now. McLaren is the best team on the grid at the moment. The order is as the follow as it says: McLaren first, then Ferrari, Red Bull Racing, Mercedes, Renault, Haas, Force India, Sauber, Williams and Toro Rosso is the worst team on the grid at the moment. Yeah, we're going to try and win as many races as we can. I will let you see the whole race. So a full 100% race. I play 100% races, and you will see my fastest laps in Q1, Q2 and Q3. Practice is not that interesting, so I'm not going to let you see that. Yeah, I will do the practice sessions in my own free time. Yeah. I think we're going to start. I will see you in qualifying. If there's anything unclear, make sure to ask your questions in the comments. Subscribe to my first channel as well. Link will be in the description. And then we're going to start with qualifying for the Grand Prix of Australia. This is a great manner, a great way for me to improve my English. There's coming a Williams out of the pits, and that's not very nice because he is on his out lap, Lance Stroll, and I'm setting my time right now. That's not very nice. And in front we have Sergei Sirotkin, so that's also not so nice, because he is also not so very fast. In the Williams. They are not the worst car anymore. That's Toro Rosso at the moment. Go on his inside. Yeah, we can't get mad on Sirotkin because he's just taking his line, and then yeah, he is not so fast and he has a shitty car. This is a little bit corner cutting. Lewis Hamilton with fast laps, with the fastest lap on super softs, a 1:23.4. I have not the intention to go on super softs in Q2 because it's not that it isn't going to help us in the race strategy, so we can pick ultras, and we set a 1:22.1. We can earn on P4, Valtteri Bottas on P3 in Q1. That's okay. Do we have any weird going down? No, we have Brandon Hartley, Ericsson, Sirotkin, Stroll and Gasly going out of Q1. Max Verstappen. There are lots of people on the track. There are only 3 in the pit. Fernando Alonso, my teammate, is one of them. I think Fernando Alonso is a very tough teammate to beat, but that is making it a lot more fun to get in that Hall of Fame. And let's see if we can do a better lap if we don't have a Williams in front and behind us, and don't have that massive tank slapper we had in turn 11 and 12. It was that fast chicane. I believe it's turn 11 and 12. I don't know for sure, but we will see. This turn, it's not my favorite turn. I lose a lot of time there. Grosjean with a 1:23.7. I think we can beat that. He's at a fastest second sector. Lewis Hamilton with a 1:23.5. It is slower as his time than his time in Q1, and that was on super softs. This is on ultra softs. Has he got more pace on those super softs than he has on those ultra softs? Magnussen now with the fastest lap. We didn't have much. Now it's Ricciardo with fast lap, and then we come with the fastest lap. At the moment it looks like it can be a very good 1-2 for McLaren. We are going very well. In Q1 and Q2 we have the 1-2. Do we have any weird people that are going out? No, we have Grosjean, Sainz, Perez, Leclerc and Ocon are going out of Q1. We see, yeah, Ferrari, Raikkonen is not doing very well. Vettel is doing reasonably well. He's in the top 3. Verstappen also very far away from his teammate. Bottas and Hamilton, yeah, doing a good job, as did Hülkenberg. He is faster than Verstappen and Raikkonen, but Sainz didn't make it into Q3. We will see if we can better our lap, and if we stay on provisional pole position. That at first looked like a very good turn, but we run very wide. We have 1/10 in the first 2 corners. Qualifying is complete now, so now everyone is crossing the line, and that is the last time they can try. This is the last lap everyone can try to better the laps, and I hope I can do it. Fastest first sector. Jesus, talking is hard when concentrating. This wasn't a very good upshift. I think it's going to cost me time. We're still about 1.5 tenths up on our first time. We lost a lot of here, I think. No, we're losing now. I didn't think we were losing. I thought it was a very good turn. But we don't have ERS at the moment. Maybe that's a factor. We don't have a lot of ERS to play around with. If we're going to win sometime, it's a very little bit. It's not very much that we're going to win. No, we're going to lose. Or win at the last moment, a little bit. A little bit. Is it enough to put us on provisional pole?
Okay, good job, mate. Really well
Yes,
done.
we have got pole position for the Grand Prix of Australia. That's a very good beginning of this series. We have 6 tenths over our teammate. And he was in Q2 very fast, faster than now. But yeah, you see the top 10 at the moment. We're going to go to the race, the 100% race for the Grand Prix of Australia.
New drivers, new cars and a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that hosts the first round of a 21 race championship, taking us from here in Melbourne, Australia, across the globe before we eventually reach the season finale at Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi. Here's the track then, 16 corners, 6 to the left and 10 to the right. They make up the 3.3 miles around Albert Park Lake, with turn 1 and 3 providing the best opportunities to pass. I'm joined today in the commentary box, as I will be throughout this season, by a great racing driver, former F1 competitor, and who was world champion once upon a time as well, and an all-round top champ. It's the one and only Anthony Davidson. And tell me, here we are, first Grand Prix of the season, the first time racing these cars. So what are the big questions that need to be answered here, in your view?
First of all, Crofty, and thanks for the glowing introduction. I just want to say it's a real privilege to be here, and I can't wait to see what this competitive field has in store for us this season. Now, to answer your question, obviously there's the question of performance in race trim, but really this is going to be all about reliability. It's the first Grand Prix of the season, don't forget. You're pushing all your new components to their limits. Formula One cars are full of very sophisticated but also very sensitive technology. So the most important thing today is to get to the end of the race, keep everything in good condition and try to stay out of trouble while you're at it.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. The rookie lines up on pole position, and it's Fernando Alonso in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Bottas, Daniel Ricciardo, and Hamilton, Verstappen, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, and Roman Grosjean. Sainz, Raikkonen, they've taken a grid penalty. Sergio Perez and Leclerc, Ocon, Hartley, Marcus Ericsson, and Sergei Sorokin. Stroll and Pierre Gasly rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Of the season, and we're starting on pole position. As you have seen, Kimi Raikkonen already with a penalty. He will be starting from P12. Our strategy will be very standard. A 2-stop in lap 12 will be our first pit stop. Then 23 laps in lap 35 will go to a second set of super softs. We're starting very sunny, and it will get a little bit darker here. But yeah, let's start for the first Grand Prix of the season. 5 red lights are on, and we are going. Let's go. It's not a very good start for us. I'm getting bucked in from 2 sides, and I need to go like this. Can I be ahead of Vettel? Yes, but we have given our place to Fernando Alonso. Hopefully we can stick to him and make a move at any part of the track soon, because I want my first race win. Hopefully we can go away from that pack. This is a very good run from us. Get a very good slipstream, make a little bit of contact. Go for the inside, and we're back in first place. Very good move. And we're immediately taking some distance to Fernando Alonso. Why that is, I don't know. I think Vettel attacked him. But this is a very good, it's okay start. This is not a very good one. As you saw, the lights did go out very quickly. That did go almost did go wrong. So we almost completed our first lap for this McLaren season, and we're already taking some distance to Fernando. I don't know what it is. Australia, by the way, is one of my favorite tracks to drive. I'm very good at it as well, against the AI most of the times. So that's maybe why I'm pulling away of Alonso. I'm 2.8 seconds already in front of him and the rest of the pack. If you're thinking your AI is still on 0, no, because then I would be 15 seconds in front, and I'm racing at my normal level, which is 90, so that's high enough for me. As you can see, some circuits are very good for me and others are not. So the next vid that is coming online, the next vid of this series, will be around Bahrain, and Bahrain is one of my least favorite tracks to drive. I'm not very good at it against the AI, so it will balance itself out. But yeah, we're really pulling away now, and it's lap 2. We're setting a fastest second sector, which is logical. In the second lap we don't have the start, and we didn't have to overtake Fernando Alonso. I have the idea that Alonso is pulling away a little bit from Vettel, and Vettel is pulling a little way away from that Mercedes that's behind him. I think that's Lewis Hamilton. Albert Park, normally a very hard track to overtake, but in the game I think there are a lot of passing opportunities if you're in the slipstream of the car behind. We set a fastest lap at 1:27.4. Of course, we don't have the rule that is introduced in 2019. Yeah, I was exceeding the track limits, steered in too early. That the fastest lap will give you a point, but in the next game I hope we have it. I think we have it. It will be very fun for Hall of Fame, because I want to do this series a lot more than one season, of course. But don't worry, we're going to do some other things as well, and of course other racing games. I'm 3.6 seconds ahead of Fernando Alonso, so we're really fast at the moment, and I think at this moment is the right choice for us to that we made the right choice to start on the Ultra Softs and didn't start on the Super Softs. Normally with the 50% races I did, but then it was for both parties, it was a one stop for the Ultra Soft runners as well as the Super Soft runners. The only difference was that the Super Softs were at the end of the stint were a lot fresher in comparison. I don't know how to say it exactly. With the Ultra Soft, so we had a lot more grip than the rest of the field. Yeah, Vettel and Alonso are pulling away from the Mercedes behind them. I can see on the mini map. But we are also, it was a very bad third sector, I thought. Not a very good one. But still we picked up a 10th against Alonso. So the first 3 laps went very well. Good laps. We're setting the pace at the moment. And if the computers, the AI are not doing nothing against us, then it's going to be very hard for them. What is our fuel target? 0.99 at the moment. Oh, my tires is going off very quickly, I thought to see. Oh, 70%. It's more than I hoped, but it's okay. I needed to let go of the gas there. We're 5 seconds ahead right now. We're really pulling away like Valtteri Bottas did around Australia in the real life 2019 Grand Prix. He was really pulling away from Hamilton when he got him at the start. Oh, Vettel is taking... I think I know why I'm pulling away. Because Alonso is fighting with the rest. But no, Alonso is going very far back now. Vettel is in second, Bottas in third. Verstappen or Ricciardo or Red Bull is in 5th, and then we have Alonso. So I think Alonso locked up or something, did a very bad mistake, but we don't have How can we lead our teammate by 5 seconds if Vettel is 6 seconds behind us? That doesn't make any sense, Codemasters. But it's no longer a 1-2 for the McLaren F1 team. They have still got the 1, but they don't have got the 2. So I hope Alonso is coming back. Or maybe can jump them in the pit stop phases. Which is taking a while from now, because my pit window is in lap 12. And I assume his pit window will be in lap 13. Because I'm the first driver. Vettel is pulling away from Bottas. It was Bottas, so not Hamilton behind Vettel. But I don't see Alonso anymore on the minimap. I'm focusing very much on that minimap because I want to know where Alonso is. Of course, the only goal for us is to win the championship, but I want to do good for the team. Alonso is falling back very far. He's dueling with the Renaults, and we have got the best car on the grid by a country mile in comparison with these Renaults. So we should get the better of them easily. I don't think Vettel is closing in on us now. If he does, then he was getting held up by Alonso. So Alonso did a very good job those first few laps. But at the moment, yeah, we're driving very comfortably on first position, as I would hoped in this first race. We set the fastest first sector. Not very much faster, but a faster sector. That's very nice. 7.2 seconds time clear of Vettel and 9.1 against Bottas, but we did take a very shitty corner there because I was looking on the top left and not on the road. That's not very good if you want to be an F1 driver. Now we're 6.9 because of the shitty second sector. But it's still better than in the beginning of this lap because we had 6.7 in front. We were 6.7 in front of Vettel. I have got the idea that Fernando Alonso is falling very far back. Teammate.
Fernando sat in P6, 6th place. Gap to teammate behind is 14.2 seconds. They're on old Ultra Softs. The time last lap was a
1:31.8. I'm setting 1:27.4 as my fastest lap. But I don't know what's wrong with Fernando. He's in P6. He started on the front row with me on P2. So I don't know what happened to Fernando. I hope he's okay. But yeah, we are pulling away from Vettel as well. I don't know what those people did that didn't qualify for Q3. If they started on super softs or softs. Meanwhile, Sergio Perez is out of the race. The Force India, which is now Racing Point, of course. But Force India, we have a safety car.
The safety car has been deployed.
Are we going in now?
Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack. Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
My team says, I think they said, yeah, okay, we're going. It's a free pit stop. We need to go a little bit longer on the...
Our delta is too low, we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
So we're going in for the pit stop. Leclerc is out of the race as well as Ocon. So we have four people, because Sirotkin is also out of the race. Vettel isn't going to pit, the same for Bottas, I think. So I hope I'm coming out. Bottas and Ricciardo are getting ahead of us. The same for Hamilton. Verstappen is going to pit. And we're coming back in P5 at the moment. Ahead of Magnussen, who's in front of Alonso. Alonso's P7 now. Alonso needs to have some kind of problem. This is not normal if you have the fastest car on the grid. We're going to save some fuel, by the way. That's very handy to do now. And now we have to stay behind Hamilton. But the first safety car is in Australia already, so I didn't expect that. I didn't have a safety car here before. A little bit of short shifting, of course, to get the fuel up and let, so we get some fuel and we can play around with that later. The one thing that we've got on them is that we made our first pit stop. They can go a little bit longer on this ultra soft, but not very long anymore. I don't think they will try ambitious one stop. So yeah, we're going to see what they're going to do. I think we'll overtake them or in the pit stop phases or right at the beginning. That's I don't know how our safety car restart will be. That's the question, of course. I think we're going to do another lap around the safety car. Yeah, normally you get a call when it crosses the third sector line. So I think we have one lap because I don't see any other drivers anymore. So we have 4 retirements already. Sirotkin, Ocon, Perez and Leclerc are out of the Australian Grand Prix. That's very fast. They didn't complete 10 laps. Didn't even complete 10 laps. So we didn't either, but in a very short time we are going to. So yeah, who's in front? Vettel, then Bottas, then Ricciardo, then Hamilton, then we. And behind we have Magnussen, and behind him is Fernando Alonso. He must have some kind of problem. I don't think he will be that slow himself, because he was competitive, very close to our time. We made a little bit of contact with Hamilton. We have no things on the front wing. No, we didn't lose our front wing. We have no damage. That's the word I was searching for. We have very much fuel, so we can put rich mix on when we're going to start again and try to overtake Hamilton immediately, because I want to go back to the top 3. How faster we overtake them, how easier it will be to win this race, because it will not take very long for them till they go to their pit stops. That's what I think. At least that's what I think. I hope the safety car is coming in this lap. I hope we're going to hear that now. There it is coming in. Yes, the safety car is coming in.
Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tires are up to temperature, and remember there is no overtaking until the
we're ready for the rich mix to put it on. Vettel is slowing up the pack. Vettel is going. It's not a very good restart for us. We put on a rich mix right at the start. We have a very good engine, so Magnus is not going to get us, but Hamilton is getting away. Maybe now we have a very good first corner, and the second corner is good as well. We're going in a slipstream. Can we make the lunge? We make the lunge to the inside of Lewis and retake 4th place. Yes, we have got the 4th place back, and that's I'm going to leave rich mix for now because we're very close to them. We can also try to follow them, but overtaking them is much more fun than staying behind them. So we're still behind Ricciardo. This is the turn where I lose lots of time, most of the time. But if I can stay in the slipstream of Ricciardo and take the slipstream on the DRS zone, because we won't have DRS, of course. This is okay exit, but Ricciardo has a better one. We tried to get in his slipstream, but he has got the slipstream from Valtteri Bottas, of course. We can go for that lunge, but I think that wasn't worth it. Oh, I need to go downstairs, so I will be back in a minute. I have overtaken Ricardo in the meanwhile, but I'm going to downstairs for a minute. I will see you very soon. I did a mid-session save because I did need to go yesterday. So we're going back behind Ricardo because I didn't do very much talking when I overtook Ricardo. So let's go. Hopefully we can overtake him straight away. Yes, a little bit of contact made. Can overtake him at the first try, but maybe we can now in his slipstream. We have a very powerful engine. We're in a slipstream, going to the right hand side, going for the inside of turn 1 and overtake him. Go a little bit deep, but we're in P3 now.
Nice move.
And now we're behind Bottas and Vettel. They need to pit, and I don't think they far away from their pit stop. I hope I can keep up with Bottas. That's the planning, to keep up with Bottas and maybe even overtake him at in lap 12, or maybe even this lap if we have a good exit from the chicane. In comparison to the AI, I'm very good at the chicane most of the times. We're in the slipstream of Valtteri. Go for the inside, make a little bit of a dive. Valtteri gives us the room, but we don't make the move. Maybe we can try it here on the inside for Bottas, and we're overtaking Bottas. So now second place. Vettel is, I think, about a second in front of us now. Maybe a little bit more. 2 seconds. Maybe we can catch up to Sebastian. But we're in second place already, so it shows that we have very much pace here around Australia, and our car is very good, as you saw at the beginning of this video. And of course we have new Super Softs. They are very fresh, and the old Ultra Softs of the cars around us don't have much grip anymore. Or Super Softs do have some grip, so that's very nice. I think Vettel is coming in this lap. We're catching Vettel very fast. We have got 6/10 on him. The difference now is 1.4 seconds. And we were 2.0 seconds behind him. Ricardo and Bottas are fighting for third place, I see. Is Vettel coming in? No, he's not. We have got the DRS already, so we made very much time up in one lap. We did do a very bad penultimate corner, though. So 1:27.4. I set the new fastest lap of the race, and we're catching Vettel very fast, which is good. The only problem we are going to have on this stint is that on the end of this stint we will have tire wear to worry about. But I'm seeing that I'm very much faster than Sebastian Vettel at the moment. I hope Fernando Alonso has his problem solved at the moment. We're faster, he's going defensive a little bit, but we're going for his inside. This wasn't a very good corner though, but good enough to stay in front of Vettel at the moment. He will have DRS in on the next straight, but I think we can manage that. And we will be in front of Sebastian Vettel, and that's very nice. So we are back on first place and overtook everyone on track and not in the pit stop phases. Vettel is still not coming in. Are they trying a one-stop then? Because if that is what they're doing, then we need to try and get some distance between me and them. I don't think they will be able to pull a one-stop here though. Alonso is in the pits now.
Lando's in for his stop.
So I think, I would like to think that Vettel and Bottas are going next round. Or maybe Hamilton, because Bottas is the second driver, of course. We're not a second clear. If we clear the DRS, we are very good for now. And then just need to worry about our pace, keeping the good laps in. And yeah, just drive around the circuit really. Yeah, we are 1.2 seconds clear now from Sebastian Vettel. The penultimate corner here. And I would like to think then that Vettel and Bottas, or Vettel and Hamilton and Ricciardo are coming in this lap or not. No, Vettel is still not coming in. He's trying to drive as many rounds on these ultra softs, but I think it's hurting him. Because I am setting fastest laps on these super softs, pulling away from Sebastian Vettel. He's pulling away from Bottas, so that's okay. He will take a second place. That's good for him because he started third. But yeah. And I don't understand how Fernando Alonso still does so bad in comparison to us. Because we are doing very well. 2.8 clear of Vettel. 6.1 clear of Valtteri Bottas. So we have some distance. I thought to see Fernando on the pit straight. But that's logical because he has just pitted, so he will be further back. I hope he will overtake some people with an undercut. And and hopefully even Bottas and Vettel. So he comes back on second place, so we have that 1-2 again for McLaren. And of course, as I said, we only need to become Drivers' World Champion, but Constructors is also very nice to get. Vettel is coming in this lap. I don't know about Bottas. I think Bottas is going a lap longer. Ricciardo is also going a lap longer. So I would like to think that Verstappen and Hamilton pit as well. So they get the first choice above Bottas and Ricciardo, which I think is a bit weird, because Bottas and Ricciardo are ahead of Verstappen and Hamilton. It's boss. And now it's just racing. We're very far ahead from Valtteri Bottas. We have a very big advantage. We're 3/10 up on our fastest lap. We're really pushing like animals, and that's good. But I also would like to see which tire Sebastian Vettel did choose to drive on now, because I could see him drive on ultra softs for a second time. If he has a clear set of ultra softs left, because I think I don't have a clear set of ultra softs left. And 1:26.7 is the fastest lap for Jeff Cardoni at the moment. And I think Bottas and Ricciardo in the pits. Ricciardo not? Oh no, Ricciardo jumped him, I think. Verstappen is also on ultra soft, so I think they're going for a second stint on ultra softs, where we did go on super softs, which is not a problem because we are finding very much pace on these super softs. but maybe they're going to catch us. Sainz is now in P3, Verstappen in P2. I think they have done an undercut, or they need to go in the pits. Now I think they've done an undercut, because I'm 18 seconds ahead of Verstappen. But this means that the cars that now pitted for ultra softs also need to do another stop, which is very fine for me, because I'm then not the only one to go on a 2-stop today. Alleen, so that's Dutch. Only I am doing it with 2 sets of super softs, and they are doing it with 2 sets of ultra softs. Sainz is very far away from Verstappen as well. It's like a bit of Sunday driving. Very nice, very nice. Pit stop information.
Only 1 stop to go. 1 stop left in this strategy. Your pit window will open in 14 laps time.
Oh, we have enough time. In 14 laps time. Then it will be lap 23. Third. I was thinking wrong. In Dutch we say the last number of the last digit first, and then the first digit. But yeah. Vettel is on super soft, so he made the choice to go on super soft. He's driving a 3rd right now, so we overtook Sainz. But he is still about 9 seconds behind Verstappen. So we have a big advantage on those two. If he made a pit stop right now, I would like to believe that we're coming out on 1st place, which is very good to know. And we're not driving our fastest laps, but we're driving consistently, and that's the key at the moment, because we're pulling away from the rest of the pack. And maybe if we drive as fast as we do now, we can lap some cars, like the Toro Rossos, Williams and Saubers. I hope to have enough resource points at the end of this race to... Okay, sorry Jeff. I hope to have enough resource points at the end of this Grand Prix to upgrade ultimate engine upgrade, engine power. I bought that in Abu Dhabi, but it failed. So we're going to buy it again. And then use it in Bahrain, where we can use it very much. They have 3 long straights, 2 DRS straights, so it will be very handy in Bahrain and in China as well. And then I'm going to focus a little bit on durability upgrades, and because I don't want to take a lot of penalties this season. Of course, you can deny there are going to be penalties. I think there's no way to not get penalties, but yeah, I hope to wait as long as possible to get a penalty. And if I will see that the gearbox, for example, will do very badly when we go to Monaco, that's an issue, because you don't want to like a penalty in Monaco, but your gearbox to fail, because that's not very handy in Monaco, where you can crash everywhere. So, let me know in the comments, by the way, what you thought of the real life Australian Grand Prix. We had that a week ago, when I'm recording this. The Grand Prix of Bahrain will be in 2 days time. It's now Friday when I'm recording this. Now, the first part I did record on Thursday. But yeah, let me know what you thought of the Grand Prix in Australia. I thought Bottas had a very good race. if he can see more of this, then he could be a serious guy to think about as a title contender. But that's thinking about how. Let's think about how Mercedes would think. Are they going to give Bottas that role if he can win again in Bahrain? Because he deserves it then. And then they finally let's see the potential of the car and that he has. Maybe he can become then the world champion of this year. I don't want to be too early to say that. I don't think it will be. But if he wins in Bahrain or is better than Hamilton in Bahrain, there's a serious chance that we need to keep an eye on Valtteri Bottas. That's something I seriously think. Through the chicane on the third gear, so I'm shifting up too early. Take a little bit of a look at the fuel, but we have more than enough. And we don't need to use Rich Mix because we're in front so much. And we did just very good to overtook the people on Ultra Softs right away, so they need to make a pit stop, and then we're still in front. I didn't see if Vettel is catching Verstappen or not. And I want to know where Fernando is. Teammate information.
Repeat that, there's interference.
Teammate.
We're leading on. Heat time last lap was a 1 minute 28.3.
Well, why don't I get to hear where his position is? I would like to know where he is on track, but they don't say that. So again, ooh, did touch the wall there. No damage done, I think. No damage done. So that's all good. Yeah. Oh, Vettel is now second again. Bottas third. Did Verstappen pit then? I don't know. 1:26.6 now, the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. And I'm not even pushing, I'm just driving. And on the minimap I see the first back marker already. It's a Williams. And if I need to take a gamble, I would like to say it's Sorokin. Well, of course we have a much better car than the Williams, so we need to overtake that car as fast as possible, so we don't get held up by that car. I see Renault in the pits, so I think the one-stoppers who started on super softs are now getting to their pit stop phases. We have 27.9 seconds, almost 28 seconds in front of Vettel. And a new fastest lap, 1:26.5. And as I said, I'm not really pushing, I'm just driving. Just driving around the circuit. Of course, as I said, one of my favorites. I would like to say it's the easiest circuit, but Russia is also a very easy circuit to race around. So I don't know if it's the easiest. I have the idea we're closing rapidly on this Williams guy. I don't know if he has pitted yet. I would like to say yes, so I can overtake him on track. .7, we're almost pulling by 8/10 a lap. Pulling away from Vettel by 8/10 a lap. Bottas is also on ultra softs, I see now. So Vettel from the top 3 is Vettel the only from the later stoppers is Vettel the only one to make a choice to go with super softs, which I think will be an advantage for him, because at the end of the stint he will have the grip and he can go longer. But yeah, he needs to be aware of the undercut opportunity. Now I see he is 11 seconds in front of Bottas, so a very good undercut attempt there will not be there. And there we saw the Williams for the first time on the road. So we're catching up, which is logical because we're very much faster. We are first and he is last, plumb last. Fastest first sector I said here. There's the Williams just going around the corner. And now we're going to get to overtake our first backmarker in any moment soon. And a little bit further I see a Sauber, a Toro Rosso and a Renault. So there are some back markers here. We see him very far away on the pit straight here, that Williams. So let's go in this race. Just controlling the race at the moment. Controlling the race. Not that pulling that much away as I did at the beginning. But that is logical because my tires are going off right now. And Vettel and Bottas will have fresher tires. So my laps will be slower and their will be faster. Their laps. But I'm not that worried because we're 28 seconds in front. So it's Stroll at last. Oh no, Sirotkin was out of the race. Yeah, Sirotkin was out of the race. That was it. No DRS, we are too far away from that at the detection point. But yeah, we're closing on Stroll. So the first backmarker we will overtake in F1 2018 Hall of Fame is Lance Stroll. And the next on the list is a Toro Rosso. Gasly was out of the race, I thought. I'm not sure, but I think that was. So I think the next guy on the road will be Brandon Hartley. Five laps and we have got our second pit stop of today on a second set of super softs. Look at how much faster we are as that Williams. We're pulling away immediately. It's yeah, ridiculous in a way. But how can that Renault be so far back? It's the Renault of Hulkenberg, I think, because Sainz was very far up in front. Or Sainz has made his pit stop and then dropped back very far. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, here is Haas in the pits. He's coming out right now. You see him here? It's Magnus, I thought. So we have overtook a new back marker, and it's no. 30 laps to go on this Grand Prix in Australia. 29 seconds in front of Vettel. .42 in front of Bottas. And I would like to think that he is going to pit on around the same lap as me, because he did go later on those ultra softs, of course. And there we see the first Toro Rosso of the day. I can't read the name. It was a little bit too little, a little bit too far away. There you can see it now. It's Brandon Hartley, as I thought. And we're going to overtake Brandon Hartley as a new back marker on the road. And we're going to a Sauber, and that needs to be Ericsson, because Leclerc is out the race. So yeah. So to the left. Sorry, I'm sorry. And let's see how fast we can catch up with Marcus Ericsson then. Fastest first sector. Very nice. Already old super softs at the moment. We have been on these super softs by around lap 7. I would like to have taken Ericsson before my pit stop, so I have got around about 2 or 3 laps to overtake him. Not the fastest lap, a 1:26.2. This car is very fast. In my hands, and that of Fernando at the moment not so very fast. So good English. We are half a minute clear of Vettel.
We're increasing our gap to the car behind by around a second a lap.
Catch Ericsson. There was one downshift too many. Is in front of Sainz or that Renault on the minimap? I think there is another Renault, but I couldn't see that very fast. I saw the Sauber there. Sauber of Marcus Ericsson. There was a no in the pits. I would like to think it's Sainz. It's Hulkenberg. It needs to be Hulkenberg, yes. So Hulkenberg now in 13, I think, and that means Sainz is in front of Marcus Ericsson. Good to know. We have around 1.5 lap remaining to overtake Ericsson. Do not touch the wall, please. was a very good chicane here. He's getting the blue flags now. We're now in his slipstream a little bit. He does make the room for us. And we have overtaken him. Or yeah, normally in Dutch time, Dutch Training Grand Prix is in the morning, 6 AM. For people in the UK, it was at 5 AM. Very early. But yeah, that's time difference. We can't do anything about it. And if you love Formula 1, you need to look. You need to watch the races. So yeah.
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach, and make sure you don't speed.
Fernando Alonso is in front of Sainz here. He's battling with the Toro Rosso. I think he is making up places because the Toro Rosso made his pit stop and is in front of him. But I would like to think that Alonso needs to go in a second pit stop as well. So we're coming in this lap for a second and hopefully last pit stop. Hulkenberg and Ericsson are overtaking us, so they are unlapping themselves, and for Magnussen it will be the same. He has really pulled away from Stroll, who is unlapping himself as well. So we're back to square one. Nobody we have overtaken, nobody we have lapped. Oh yeah, we have lapped someone because Hartley is still behind us. So we have one lap behind us. But we had 4 or 5, so let's try to catch Stroll as fast as possible. Hamilton now in P3. But does that mean that Bottas did pit? We don't know. We're still in front 10 seconds by Sebastian Vettel. So we have enough. There is Lance Stroll again. Fastest third sector, so we are very fast on this new set of super softs. There is Lance Stroll. He was trying to get out of the way. A very weird spot really, but we're past. Three tenths up on our fastest lap. That will mean if we're going at this rate, we will set a 125. If we keep that 3 tenths up, we're 6 tenths up at the road. What is this? And I'm not even pushing, guys. Come on. Very good last corner. We're overtaking Gasly, I think. A 125.3. is our new fastest lap. Is Gasly still in the race then? Because I am in front of a Toro Rosso already. I think I just overtook a new one. We're catching Magnussen very fast, so we're going to overtake Magnussen also in a minute. There he is. I mean, I think it's Magnussen. Grosjean is still in the race. And I think Grosjean is further in front of us, of him. Because there's nobody in front of me. Yeah, Magnussen, but not in the positioning. I'm first place, so yeah. He was in the pits. But it is Romain Grosjean. And there is Grosjean gone. We have overtaken him and lapped him. Then we can go to Ericsson for a second time this race. Trying to catch him up. We overtook him once to lap him, but then he unlapped himself where we did go for our pit stop. And Vettel and Hamilton do need to do a second pit stop, I think. I don't think they will be able to get these super softs to the end. There will be very good tire management if they are getting their tires to the end. Ooh, a little bit wide in the last corner, in the last turn. The new fastest lap of 1:24.9.
Keep this up.
So we are very fast with this car. I think this car is very much able and capable of getting us a Drivers' World Championship at the moment. I think my biggest enemy will be Fernando Alonso. I did touch the wall again. I need to be aware that I cannot touch the wall too much. Fernando Alonso is in the pits now. I hope he gets a little undercut on some drive. He's going into the pits as well as Sainz, and Alonso is in front of Sainz, and I think we're going to lap our teammate. Not really, maybe in turn 1. Here is Fernando. We're on his outside, and we just overtook Fernando Alonso to lap him. He is in P10. So we just lapped our teammate, and we lapped the first guy that is in the points. Of course, we had 4 retirements, so it's a little bit easier to get to the guy with the points. But yeah, we have already overtaken Fernando Alonso. And he needs to be shocked. He needs to think, how can I be so far in front? And he is in P10 at the moment. Bottas is back in P3, so I would like to think that Hamilton did make a pit stop. Bottas did as well because he had ultra softs, and I think he's going to take those super softs to the end. Oh, and Vettel did make his pit stop as well then. He was already on super softs, but they did make a new pit stop on new ultra softs. Super softs, I mean, sorry. Now we're catching a Renault. We don't need to be aware, don't make any stupid mistakes, because it can cost us a win right now. The first win of the season is very important, I think. It sets a mark for the rest of the field. Going to the chicane. Beetje wijd in die boel. Gewoon met ons mee te rijden. Maar hij laat het nog niet zien in deze eerste Grand Prix in Australië. En dat is zonde, want we hadden een 1-2 op het begin. Oh, sorry, I was talking Dutch. Okay, that's not fair. What I was saying is that Fernando Alonso is capable of getting that pace. Why I was talking Dutch, I don't know. But he is capable of bringing that pace. He is just not letting it see right now. So we need to keep that in mind. Sorry for the Dutch. It's early in the morning, come. Don't get mad. For me it's early in the morning. It's like 8:30 AM or something like that. I'm not really catching that Renault, which is fine because he's 9th on the grid, so but I would like to catch him. And further up in front I see a Ferrari, Haas and the Mercedes, so we're catching some good cars. But not good enough at the moment. Let me also know in the comments what you would like to see by the invitational events, a 25% race or a 50% race. I'm not really sure. By the 50% race we need to make a pit stop, by the 25 we don't need to make a pit stop. You have about 16 or 70 laps, 17 laps remaining for this Grand Prix. That's nice to know that we're increasing our gap. Setting the fastest second sector. And catching signs a little bit. Let me also know what other racing games you would like to see me play, apart from Formula 1. I was thinking about, I don't know what it's exactly called, but motor racing, MotoGP, I think. Maybe that's cool to do. And else I don't really know. We need to check what we can do. Well, a tenth up on our fastest lap, and that's very fast. Or we a tenth slower, not a tenth up. So we're driving very good here around Melbourne. We're almost a minute up on Valtteri Bottas. I see signs in the distance. That was not a very good turn. Almost hit the wall there. And I see a Ferrari that is behind the Haas. Is it Hulkenberg? And I overtook signs already. I see yellow flags in front of me. It's for a Mercedes, I think.
Yellow flag.
But it's away already. So I think Hamilton is out of the race.
Okay, clear.
I think Lewis Hamilton is out of the race. We see that there are 15 people left. Yeah, Lewis Hamilton is out of the race. So those yellow flags were for Lewis Hamilton. What happened, I don't know. But yeah. Let's go and try to catch Hulkenberg then. That was not a very good penultimate corner. It was also wasn't a very good lap. But yeah, now we have the blue flags for Nico Hulkenberg. I thought there in his name tag it said that he was second place, but he is 8th. 8 or 9? 8. Yeah, he got promoted a place because of the retirement of Lewis Hamilton, of course.
Okay, the gap behind is 43.
And we have overtaken Hulkenberg, and next on the road is Stroll, I think, for the second time. He got overtaken by the Ferrari of Raikkonen and the Haas, I think, of Magnussen. So yeah, let's try and overtake Stroll then for a second time. So we set a new fastest lap, 1:26 of 24.8. And maybe then we can even lap a Ferrari. That would be very cool. There is Stroll for a second time this race. Now we have DRS, yay! And we just overtook Stroll for a second time, so he can do 2 laps less.
Our gap behind is 44.
Oh, yellow flag's behind. I think they're for Lance Stroll.
Green flag.
The 6th retirement of the Australian Grand Prix. Both Williams will not make it to the end of the race. Six retirements, can you believe it, in Australia? We are a minute up on Bottas, so we're very fast. Maybe I'm going to put up the difficulty a little bit at the end of the episode. But yeah, we also have a very dominant car, so it's not weird that we're pulling away from the rest. We have a big gap on performance chart in comparison to Ferrari, who are second. I believe we're catching also a Toro Rosso for the second time, so Hartley needs to... Oh no, Gasly. Hartley or Gasly, one of the two. Needs to be aware that we're coming again. Yellow flags here for Lance Stroll here on the right hand side. He is. I thought that I saw a Ferrari in the distance. There they are. Oh, that's not a very good turn there. No, I'm not very good at that turn either, so it's not going to gain me time. Here a little nick for my knee. It's not very... Yeah, it did hurt a little, but yeah. I don't know what it was. So I'm going now for the last 10 laps of this Australian Grand Prix. We're not really catching the Ferrari and the Haas in front of us. Not as we catch the Williams and Toro Rossos and so on. There's a very good chicane there. The sun is going away a little bit. The clouds are coming by here. I think if the race is taking much longer, then there will be some rain. We're going to overtake Ericsson for a second time because he made a pit stop. Weather report.
Radar is clear. Weather is looking good for now.
Okay.
Dries seem like the best tyre for now.
So they are saying that there is no rain coming on the radar. Yeah, can never be sure enough. We are also catching, I think, Ricciardo and Toro Rosso of Gasly or Hartley.
The gap to the car behind is 48.0 seconds.
Going through the penultimate corner, and I see Raikkonen already. I saw the name tag for a moment, but he of course has DRS on Magnussen, I think. That was a very bad turn. Yeah, we buy Raikkonen and Magnussen now. Setting a fastest second sector. Raikkonen is moving away. Magnussen is as well. We had DRS from them. There's Toro Rosso, who is already overtaken by Ricciardo. Or Verstappen, I don't know for sure. It's Hartley. Going to overtake for a second time. Set a new fastest lap, 1:24.7.
Fastest lap of the race so far.
If you hear a bark, it's my dog. He's barking very loudly. He's downstairs, I'm upstairs, and sometimes it drives you crazy. So we'll overtake Hartley here for the second time. And now we're going to try and catch a Red Bull. Ooh, that was a little bit of corner cutting. We get a second warning, I think, of the day, so we need to be a winner. Retirement number 7, and we were down with 13 runners of the Australian Grand Prix in 2018. Yeah, 2019 if you look, because it's season 2, but yeah, you get my point. Yeah, Raikkonen out of the race. Recording software can only take an hour. So yeah, when you see a little cut, it will be because of my recording can't be longer than an hour. So I'm already racing an hour today. But yeah, I like to do it, so why not? And it's only 6 laps remaining, so why not? Around one of my favorite tracks, so yeah. I'm really not looking forward to Monaco though. It's one of the tracks I really hate driving. And then 78 laps it is, I think, rounded. No, thank you. I would like to pass. Oh, I did touch the wall badly, but no damage, I think. I don't need to look too much on the heads of display, because then I'm getting distracted. There is the first Red Bull of the day. And maybe we can overtake the second one as well, but we don't have much laps left. We're purple at the moment. That would be more than enough, I think. And else we need to do a little bit of fuel saving and put the fuel mixer on lean, which will be okay, so yeah. The first driver here is Daniel Ricciardo, the home favorite on P6. Or was it 5? I don't know for sure. I think it is 6, 5 for Verstappen, and then 4 is Hamilton, 3 is Bottas, and 2 is Vettel, and then first is Cardoni. Ricciardo wanted to try and move. This is not the best place, but yeah, he lets me through. So yeah, we have lapped a lot of cars at the moment. We're really dominating. It's like a bit of Mercedes 2014. A little bit wide. But we didn't get a problem with it, so that's nice. We're really coming on the end of this Australian Grand Prix. A couple of laps left.
Going off the sim data, we expect you're going to start feeling the effect of tyre wear around about now. Let us know if it gets too bad.
Now, if it gets too bad, I still will finish the rest of this compound for those last couple of laps, so we're going to the chicane now, almost at the wall. Ooh, a little bit on the grass. Here to the left. Ooh.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
That would be enough if we have 3 laps of fuel. It needs to be enough, or else, as I said, we're going to drive a little bit of lead mix. I think we have enough with 0.4 remaining. I don't think we're fast enough to overtake Verstappen or Hamilton right now, which is okay, because we have overtaken a lot of people, we have lapped a lot of people. Right at this moment, it was the real life Grand Prix that the games started, really, to get that fastest lap. Of course, Bottas did get the fastest lap at the end and did get the 26 points. Of course, we don't have that in this game, but I think we will have it in the F1 2019 game. I hope we have it in the F1 2019 game. So the last 2 laps of the Grand Prix of Australia. And it is all going to end this episode. Of Hall of Fame. Yeah, right now it's just driving it home. We're not going to catch Verstappen anymore.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
That's enough, I think. Oh, we're still at 0.4. What are we talking about? So we're going to the last lap of the Grand Prix of Australia. So we're going through the last sector at any moment. Now, the last sector for this Grand Prix. And yeah, we won't catch Verstappen anymore, that's clear by now. But that's okay. They need to drive another round, another lap. And we are finishing, this is the penultimate corner. And let's go, there is the checkered flag and we're going to win the Australian Grand Prix.
Great job, you've done everything we wanted today.
So, another fantastic victory for McLaren today. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
A reliable car, that was the most important factor here. This was a real battle of attrition, and you could tell those at the front were trying to find a balance between running their outright pace and taking care of the car to reach the end.
Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be McLaren picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for that fantastic performance. And now let's take a look at the driver's standing.
We have the first place at the first. I see that Hartley has a penalty, 1 times 5 seconds, wherefore did he get that then? We don't need to go to standings, we need to go to race director, incidents. Stop go penalty for Hartley, and the stop go for Stroll, and the stop go for Gasly. But where did unserved stop go? Okay. He didn't serve his stop go, so he got 5 seconds. Okay, for the standings, we are in front, of course. Second place, Vettel, then Bottas, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Hülkenberg. Alonso with a bad race only got 8th. Grosjean and Sainz are in the points. For the constructors, we are in front, 29.7 points clear of Red Bull Racing. Then we have Ferrari, Mercedes with 15, Haas with 10, and Renault with 7. Then Force India, Sauber, Williams, and Toro Rosso don't earn any points. Thank you for watching to this first episode of Hall of Fame. I hope to see you next time, and yeah, for now it's bye.